They came back the next day, and my children, you know what the answer was in many cases, and my children were, number one, confused, and number two, they were angry. What sense did their world make if people died so their grandmother could vote and she didn't even bother to vote? So the teacher said, okay, what are you going to do about it? My middle schoolers ran a voter registration drive. In Census Tract 12 and 13, and again, see, there is learning. They learned all about, they knew more about the Electoral College than I did, believe me.
Do you know who we are? PCCEO, helping people, changing lives for every stage of life.
Dennis Egemar here again with Margie LaFont, and it's after the Canathon, and it was a great success. We'd like to thank all those who donated and volunteered. But Marjorie, people who did get a chance to donate or didn't get anybody to come to the door, what can they do to still help out with the Canathon?
Okay, it's not too late, Dennis. Obviously, we never have enough volunteers to go to every door in every community. So if your door was missed, we ask you to bring your bag of canned food to a Kroger store. We have drop boxes at Kroger's, at neighborhood fire stations, at all Curves businesses throughout Central Illinois. And also this year we've added the butternut bakeries. So all of those places will have drop boxes, and our volunteers will pick up the food there and take it to our food pantries. The drop boxes will be in place through March the 16th.
Going back to what we earlier said, that we don't have to reinvent fun, laughter, love, empathy. Those things are just simple things, you know. But
and look at today's kids. Do they really talk to each other? They're texting.
Yeah.
They're on Facebook. They're, you know, when I went home, I mean, we were whipping out of school clothes. We were in our clothes. We were out in that neighborhood. We were here. We were there. You know, they don't talk anymore. They don't communicate anymore.
You have kids who come in and they're living lives of adults out on the street. And after they've been in the detention center about 2 weeks, they turn into children. And they're having more fun locked up than they ever have in their free community because they feel safe.
Back then, that could work today. Did we lose anything, or what did we lose, and what should we be doing? It's not about possibly coming up with something new. It's about getting back to something that we had, because we're all okay in here. We are. So.
We had a partnership between community authority figures and family authority.
I tried to get it, and I think I did get into all four of the sessions, and I think without spending a lot of time going into great deal, what I did see and what I was impressed with was the positive interaction and the willingness of everyone to, number one, not be afraid of throwing something out there, but the engagement of the other people in the groups to add or subtract from those statements and then build on that, which I think is really what we're here for. No one, hopefully, has the expectation that we were going to solve a lot of stuff today. It's a beginning point. We're just scratching the surface of what we need to do as a community. But the important part, maybe one of the takeaways to me, Lamar, is that as engaged as everyone was today, as excited as we are as a community to be participating in this process, that we don't walk out of here today and just forget about it. Say that was another fun meeting I went to. It's the beginning. Everybody here tells 5 people about it, so at the next meeting we got 5 times as many people, and that's how we're going to make progress.
As I went room to room, there were a lot of comments that would overlap. And I think the important component that I would hear throughout every group is the focus on youth and the focus on parenting and community involvement in the lives of our children. And as probably the second to third time I heard it, I would look around the room and I saw that they were typically folks who were probably in their 30s through 60s. And there was all this talk of youth. So quite honestly, I was looking for the young people, and I thought all of us that have committed ourselves to this process, we all, I believe we understand in the mere fact that we showed up here today that we're going to have to come back together a number of times. If we all could commit, every one of us, to bringing one young person with us the next time we come back together. Because to be quite honest with you, it's, as Shields has already indicated, it's going to be the young people who will have to take these suggestions and take away a sense of empowerment to the young people that they will inevitably influence. So this process and the things that we're going through now, it is extremely helpful and it's extremely positive dialogue. But if we all could commit to the next time we come back to this meeting to bringing one young person with us, I think that we could really feel the wheels turning.
Well, just to share an honest feeling with you, I guess I'm a bit frightened right now. If I try to think in the last 30 years how many times I've been in meetings where really good people have come together for all the right reasons, and we've made some plans, and we've talked about some things, and we've watched, you know, issues reoccur and reoccur and reoccur. And I think the tough part is ahead of us, and I've just been talking to some of my colleagues. You know, the next meeting is the tougher meeting than this one. The one after that is even tougher. And so I hope that we can do just what both the mayor and Representative Gordon just talked about, is reach out and get some people involved. This stuff isn't easy. There's no quick fix to this. We take a step, you know, 2 steps forward and then a step back, whatever. But we don't have the luxury of time to waste, because we have young people out there that depend on us right now. One thing, I just share a story. One thing that I try to do, my wife and I try to mentor some of the kids in the neighborhood, and we've done that through having basketball in our backyard, or giving Maya a cookie when she goes to school. I got to tell you the story that I told the other day on the radio about Maya. Little girl lives next to me. She's 10 years old, and she always comes. Her and her brother come over to the bakery for a cookie in the morning. And one day, Jahan was over there, and her eyes just got as big as could be, and she said, "Do you think I could get Representative Gordon's autograph?" And I said, "Well, let's go ask her." But what stood out to me is that you know, Jahan is such a role model to a young girl like that. And I'd like to see the 3 of us maybe try to do some things that we can do within our positions. I want to have you help identify some students that can go down to Springfield with us, and I don't know about the House, but in the Senate they can sit right next to me on the floor of the Senate, and they can actually push my button when I vote. And that kind of experience, and young Cameron, who lives on LaVille Street, I've been working with Cameron. He went down with me last year, and Cameron can't quite stay in school. He's just in and out. But I told him, I said, "You're ready to go back to Springfield this year?" "Oh yeah, I really want to do that." I think we have to role model, and we have to really engage at some point. And I struggle with this stuff, you know, all the time. So I thank you for helping me in this. But I think together we're going to do some good things.
I spent the majority of my time in the ex-offender group, and I'm actually excited about what possibilities exist for us. Oftentimes we see things that we consider to be obstacles. I look at them as being opportunities. There were several suggestions that were made as solutions as part of that group. It's actually given me some ideas of programs that we can create to provide some assistance to ex-offenders. So I'm excited about the opportunities that we have here. I'm excited about the group. There are a lot of different people that I've not seen come out to a community activity. And I'm excited about the work that we have in front of us. This is something that we can do. We have the potential to transform our community, and I think with your assistance we can do that.